by his descendants of Harold.
This fragment was not dated, but judging by the context, it was written on the morning of April 6th in 1862, which was the beginning of the Battle of Shiloh. At that time, the company's captain had accused Kennedy of waving a gun at him, so he was under confinement when the battle started. Sunday morning, in its final one for battle as could be, not very warm and not cold. The 55th are not in the fight yet, but on their post ready, and may be in it at any moment. They, the Confederates, are a little less than a mile from our tents. All are gone but the guards and a few sick ones. Lieutenant Brown is officer of the guard. John and James are on guard, so they are here. I am compelled to remain prisoner in the campground. The campground is all the limits I am allowed. This is the hardest thing I've had to do since I enlisted. There is not much for me to get off without trial, and this battle is what kept it off for so long. I will have trial as soon as the battle is over. That is, if Clay don't get shot, and I think he will not, for he will run first. Later that day, the battle has been raging for 2 hours. It sounds like a whirlwind of distant thunder as the sounds come through the woods. We can sometimes hear them cheering. The shots don't come near us yet. I don't care much as long as they keep away from me. I think the mail will go for this afternoon. If Davis can get it to the boats, I will close this. We'll write one soon. Tell the children I will keep in the house. Goodbye from yours, W.J. Kennedy. And after the initial attack, Kennedy was released and given a weapon, and then fought throughout the remainder of the battle.
June 10th, 1862, from Corinth, Mississippi. Dear wife, after the hurry of moving and preparing to move again, and just as we are about to start, I will improve a few moments I have in answering some of your letters, which have been piling in too fast for my time for the last few days. Yours of the 29th is at hand. Also, one of the 1st June, one from Mother, and one from Mr. Manning, Jane's husband. All came within 2 days, and you may judge for yourself how I felt when I read all of them. First, I read Mother's. Mother was very uneasy about James. Then I read yours, and then came Manning's, while the sad information of which you are aware. Little did I think the morning of the 4th of May, as we are leaving what we call the Wheatfield camp, and he came half a mile after us to tell us a man that owed him $1.50 to pay it to me. And then after bidding me goodbye, we parted, and he walked back. I say little did I think that that was our last meeting in this world. He is gone and never can return, poor James. When we left LaSalle, I thought he would be the last one of us too. He used to be so stout and healthy, and some wild too. And then after he had the measles, never was the same. Poor, weak, and childish. He never was able to be with us, but there was no help for him. He never complained. After the battle, we ran down faster than ever and was in the hospital at Shiloh a few days, and we were going to march from that camp. The doctor told me he was able to go. James wanted to go and did go with us. We marched 9 miles to the Wheatfield camp, his last marching. On the way, he gave out and could not pack his knapsack. Our company wagon was behind, so we asked Captain Clay if he could not put it in the wagon. Clay told him no. I went myself to the surgeon who was along with us, for Clay would not let James leave the ranks. But the doctor came and took James back to the wagon and put the knapsack into it. The wagon was full of them, belonging to those that was great deal better and smarter than he was. He was with me a good while and seemed to think he could not get along without me. He had no one to look for advice but me, and wanted to be with me. I will miss him now and feel very bad to think we could not be at home when he died, as before, to be taken care of. Mr. Manning wrote me that his remains were sent to LaSalle, so I know that you know it before I did. I would like to know if you see him and when he was buried and what kind of coffin he had. Manning wrote that it cost $25 and the express charges was $12. He paid all, or see that it was paid. James Kennedy died aged 17 at the military hospital in St. Louis. He's buried in St. Vincent's Cemetery next to his mother.
Elizabeth?
In late March 1863, Kennedy received a letter from his son Willie, who was 11 at the time. Willie had been pulled out of school and sent to work on a farm in 1862, but now he is back in school, probably the school attached to St. Patrick's Parish. Dear Father, I want to see you very much. I wish that you was here. I don't suppose you can read this. I go to school all the time. I study reading, writing, spelling, geography, and arithmetic. I'm into a higher room soon. I'm glad that you have got your money, as me and Charlie will want some new shoes soon. I take all the care of the cow, and I think that she will soon have a little bossy. I suppose we will sell it to the butcher. I hope that you are well by this time. We are all well. If you can read this, I will write more next time. Write me a letter. Willie Kennedy. April 3rd, 1863. My dear little boy, I was very much pleased at receiving so nice a letter from you. I hope you will continue to learn as you have done since I left home. You are a good boy at school, I doubt not. It is right that you should be, and in this way you will learn fast and become a useful, good, and loyal citizen. You do want to see me, I know you do, but that cannot be now. I came to fight for my country when she called for help, knowing that my children would like to enjoy the blessings of a free and independent government, the same one, nothing less, than your ancestors have enjoyed. I hope you may ever feel as proud of your native country as your father has of the same. You say you take good care of the cow. Your mother has said you done so, and that you was a good boy to work, and help her to take care of everything. You must be good to your little brother and sister. They are young and will look to you for protection and for example. I don't suppose you wanted to sell the calf you were expecting and spoke of, but you will have more milk without the calf and less trouble. Willie, you need not be uneasy about me not being able to read your letter. I could do so without trouble. Your mistake in spelling were slight. I pointed out a few in your mother's letters as so to help you when you try the next time. Your arithmetic is a very useful study. You will find it necessary when you grow up to be a man. Likewise, geography. You did not tell me who your teacher was. I would like to know who builds the fire in the morning, you or your mother, at what time you all get up in the morning. I would like to have you all, excuse me, you tell me how old, how high, and how much you weigh now. I think you are most as large as I am. What do you think? Shall I call you a boy or a man? Just say in your next letter, I sent you 50 cents in your mother's letter. It will be useful to you if for nothing but to buy paper, pen, and ink. If you don't get it, your mother must let you have some. I will close hoping to hear from you again from your father, W.J. Kennedy.
This letter was written on New Year's Eve, Wednesday, December 31st, 1862, on board the steamship Westmoreland on the Yazoo River. All is quiet today along the Chickasaw Creek. Some call it a bayou. It's a very small stream, at present without current as the water is low, and some places none at all. The banks are high and lined with thick growth of small timber or underbrush. This creek, I believe, runs from Chickasaw Bluff near Vicksburg to Yazoo River, a few miles above where the Yazoo empties into Old River, and that is 12 miles from the Mississippi. As I told you in my yesterday's letter, there's no fighting on Tuesday. Both armies were taking a rest after 3 days of hard fighting and no victory won on either side, though we see from Vicksburg paper that the rebels claim a victory. I've often seen it reported that pickets of two armies would meet halfway and exchange papers, drink whiskey, and have a bully old time, but I never would believe anything of the kind until now. And now I know that today our pickets did meet and do these very things. Captain Hefferman of Company H, after the pickets had been talking to each other for some time, went halfway with a canteen full of whiskey and drank with the men that he had been fighting with the day before. One of the men from Taylor's battery went and got the morning papers printed in Vicksburg and containing a full but rebel report of our fighting on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The rebel picket did not shoot at ours all day, but where a man came in sight without a gun, they would pop it to him, as also one on a horse putting on too much style. After the pickets had been fooling long enough, one of the rebel commanders came and said to our men he would give them 5 minutes to get within their own lines. Maybe the old Secesh didn't see a Yankee skedaddle.
Thank you, Bill. Dave?
On May 19th, 1863, General Grant began his first assault on Vicksburg. A second assault followed on May 22nd. This letter was addressed from the floating hospital, Nashville. May 27, 1863, Dear wife, I take this opportunity of writing you a few lines to inform you of my health. I received a wound in my left arm, but I'm doing well, and I expect to go home as soon as the rush is over. They are not taking any upriver right now, but the worst cases. You need not worry about me, for I am in a good place, and when I go up the river, I may have to stay a week or two before getting a chance to go home. I received 2 letters from you while on the Black River on Sunday night, and on Monday we established our lines around Vicksburg. We had them completely surrounded before there was a gun fired. The action commenced on Tuesday and had been kept up ever since. Sometimes very hard fighting, sometimes light. I was wounded on the 22nd while getting supplies for the regiment. I was sent to this hospital by way of the Yazoo River and arrived here the night of the 23rd with about 350 others. The rest of those Sal boys are all safe, the last I heard from them. Hoping these lines may find you in good health, I bring this to a close for your absent W.J. Kennedy. P.S. Do not worry or fret about me, for I am doing well and will go up the river in a few days. 6 days later, this letter was written. Gayoso Hospital, Memphis, Tennessee, June 3rd, 1863. My dear wife, I suppose you know before this that I am wounded, as I wrote you on the 26th telling you about it. I am now here in a very comfortable place. I have had a pretty hard, rough time being moved since I was wounded, and I have the rheumatism besides. So all that combined to reduce me very much, so I'm afraid that it will not be good for a while that I should be able to come home. I know that you will feel as though you would like to be with me, and I should like to see you. Still, I don't think it necessary or advisable for you to take such a long journey, particularly at this time of year, you might get sick. You need not feel uneasy for fear I will not be cared for. I think we have good nurses, and plenty of them, and good fare. I do not doubt I will do well. Write soon and direct your letters to Gayoso Hospital, War, J, Memphis, Tennessee. I remain as your affectionate husband, William J. Kennedy.